So let's get started, you guys. Tonight's subject, if as you can remember in the text, is about the power of integrity. But as you can see on the screen, the purpose of this call is called the Power Six. And the Power Six is a system that simply reflects a duplicatable system of enrolling 6 partners in order to maximize the binary plan and matching bonuses. But a big part of that is mindset, you guys. So we spend a lot of time every single week talking about things to help your business grow. So you will find it's not always about the activity you do and what you do. Sometimes it's how you do it. You've heard me refer to this book many times called The Science of Getting Rich. And Wallace Wattles talks about in that book and we discussed it a few weeks ago, there is a certain way to do everything. It's not just what you do, it's how you do it. And so this is why we're talking about the power of integrity tonight. Move my next screen. So let me give you what is a definition of integrity. Most people know what integrity is, but we're going to break it down because integrity is a quality of being honest, having strong moral principles, and having one's actions match the words they say and the agreements they make. Integrity is a very valuable personal skill as it allows others to trust you, to learn from you, and respect you. There's a lot that was said in that one paragraph. So the first thing we're going to talk about is accountability and taking responsibility. For example, I work with a lot of people on a daily basis. And I talk to a lot of people. And many times we run across situations where, people have done something. Most times it's not that. Many times people do it unintentionally, but sometimes people do something that is completely wrong and they won't even admit it. Do you know how much it's more appreciated? It's more appreciated when you admit when you've done something like made a mistake or done something wrong, disrespect leadership. There's times when we're called to do something and we don't respect what our leadership asked us to do or to not to do, intentionally not following the system. For example, when we say intentionally and following the system, what is our system, you guys? Part of our system, and you hear Steve Merritt talks about it every single time. Every time they do a presentation, 2 sleeves a month. If you're trying to win, 1 sleeve won't do it, 2 sleeves. So let me ask you this question. If that's the case, why are you not on authorship? Because authorship simply tells you that I want to win. I don't want to lose my points. You cannot make money without being on authorship. So why would you even say, okay, I'm going to wait until the last day that's possible for me to run my authorship because I don't know what I want to get or whatever the reason is that you're not doing it. Many people have their own reasons. I don't know what everybody's reason is, but I would really want to drive this home. And I know tonight is going to step on some people's toes. But sometimes we have to accept what we're doing wrong. Listen, if you want to win, you've got to accept some things. Not being on authorship, if you're on this call, you should be on authorship, period. When I look through my back office and somebody's asking me to help them, guess what I'm looking at? I'm looking at, are they coachable? Are they maintaining their rank? And why are they not maintaining rank? I don't always judge them on that. I'll say, how can we get you back to where you were? I don't say, okay, where you're not at director, so I'm not going to help you. That you would never hear me say anything like that. What I may say is, let's see, who is it that we need to help? See, that's a big word right there. Help. Who do we need to help so that we can get you back to where you're supposed to be? And you'll hear me say something like, we need to get you up there where you belong. Okay. So these are some things that in my opinion, being accountable, because see, on this call, even people who are not on this call are still part of the team, but the people that get on this call are saying and raising their hand and says, I want to win. Well, you're not wanting to win if you do certain things that are not even part of the system or not following the system. I wanted to elaborate on that because this is key, you guys. So many people, so many of us are not making the kind of money we're supposed to make because we need to understand the purpose of authorship. The purpose of authorship was 2 things: keeping the customer consistent on the patch. If you do not take time, now I could understand when a person first signs up, they say, well, let me just see how it works. That's when you say, I definitely respect your decision, But I do want you to understand, this is not a, this is not a, a sprint. This is a marathon. This technology works better over time. It is recommended that you wear this for every 10 years you are of your age. You want to wear it at least a month. So give it a chance. If you care for yourself, if you care for your family, trust the testimonies, trust the science, and stay on that authorship. That's one reason. The second reason is you cannot get paid. If you're not, if you okay, so let me be clear. You can place an order and get your order, but let me tell you what has happened to me. Okay, I have been in situations even recently when we were trying to qualify for the Punta Mita trip. We're busy putting people in the system, whether it's placing an order. We literally, I mean, different things like the card, the address, or some crazy. I mean, you all know what I'm talking about. Some crazy things, and especially on Sunday night, you do not want that to happen. It would be detrimental to you if at the very last minute, if it's 10 o'clock at night, whatever, you cannot figure, you can't get somebody's phone call. We talked about that last week. Making sure that you always have the phone number to people you personally enroll, because that could be the difference between you hitting a goal and not hitting a goal. I'm spending a lot of time on this because I'm talking about taking responsibility when you make mistakes or you're not doing something wrong. This is all about accelerating our business, you guys. We're talking about accelerating our business, but integrity is very important. Another part of integrity is being consistent with honesty. When people can trust you, and like, for example, there are certain people, I'm not going to call any names because I don't want to make any, I want you to know there are people on here that I have no shadow of a doubt. I don't even have to think about it. I know they're going to do what they say they're going to do. You know why? Because they have a spirit of excellence. And see, this team, we expect a spirit of excellence. If we all work together in excellence, everybody's going to win. Everybody's going to win. So it's very refreshing to know that you can trust someone to deliver. I've been married. My husband and I have been married 42 years, you guys. One thing I can say about Harvey, and he can say about me, I know if he says he's going to be somewhere at a certain time, or if he's going to do something, any of those things, I don't even have to worry about it because he's reliable. I trust him. That's very important relationship in a marriage. Is also very important in a business relationship. So when people say, yeah, I want to, oh yeah, I really want it. They don't really want it because they don't get on the calls. They don't come to the events. They're not on authorship. They're not bringing people to call. They're not playing team. So that's part of reliability. Giving credit where credit is due. I was speaking to someone the other day, and they were talking about how one of their teammates wanted to be, I guess, a pat on the back because they felt that they said something that all of a sudden made our leadership start doing something. Okay, now you're saying it came from you? And so that's what I mean with give credit where credit is due. That person didn't deserve any credit for that, but they're so arrogant, they want everybody to look at them. Another thing I want to say about giving credit where credit is due. See, many of us have reached some significant levels, senior director, executive director, presidential, senior presidential director, but you know what? It's nothing, you would not even be where you were or where you are had it not been for the people that you have brought up. So the best way to help people on your team rise up is for you to help them and have an attitude of service and not of arrogance and trying to, say that you did it on your own. You did not do it on your own. It was the help of all the people that were on your team that helped you get there. There are some people on my team, I just love the fact they're so they have a sense of humility. They never, you'll never hear them brag, that you never really even hear them make any noise because they're so quiet but they're confident and they're making noise. I would call them the quiet storm. Humility is a very good quality when you, when you're, to bring out when we're talking about integrity. So let's all, let me see, it was somewhere in this book, the science, not that book, Creating Affluence is another book I referred you to many times. Deepak Chopra, Creating Affluence, and he talks about, the best way to motivate other people to help you fulfill your goals is to help them fulfill their goals. See, in other words, you got to serve. If you are not the person who is reaching out to help people, every time someone joins your team and they say that they want the yes, and they generally mean that they want to make this money. They need to make this money. They don't know what to do. It's up to you to say, hey, well then listen, as quickly as we can, let's share this with as many people as you know. Okay. All the people that you care about, all the people that you know that like to make money, whatever the reason, whatever category those people are, you have to be the one that says, let's get you a launch call. If you're not doing launch calls, by the time you get to be manager, you should have been on enough launch calls that you've heard enough stuff that we're enough information. It's a PowerPoint. And if you can read, you can do it. I mean, some of the people who mess up calls so bad are making so much money, you guys. So by the time you're manager, you should be at least doing at least one launch call a week for people that you brought on. You just brought on 4 people. Guess what? They know some people, they have to hear about it. Don't always rely on your director or your senior director or somebody else, but be a servant. If you're not willing to help and serve, then you're in the wrong business, okay? Moral courage. Stand up for what is right, you guys. Let me tell you something. Anytime I have learned this over and over, if I know something is not the right thing, it always is going to come, it may not be me that did it, but somebody did something that was not right. It is going to come back to haunt you. The truth will always set you free. But if you stand up for what is right, it is the best thing you can do. Moral courage is very important. Respectful behavior. So think about this. When you're a part of a team, not only do you represent yourself, but you're a reflection of the entire team. Let me give you an example, respecting boundaries with regard to personal space and with team. When you get in this business, yes, we're all excited, but when you got to respect people's personal space. If they say, if they listen, a good indication that you're not responding to, you're not respecting their personal space is when you text them and they don't respond. That's a good indicator that you're not respecting their personal space. Also, say for example, when we get on these calls, there's a certain protocol when you get on calls, because the way you act on these calls and the way you carry yourself, what you say, or the way you behave, it reflects the whole team, because you never know who's on this call. You got pastors, you got professors, you got people in the legal field. And I'm talking about people that's on this call right now. You got people that own businesses, all kinds of people, bishops, all kinds of people. So now you don't ever know something that you may say or do that may not respect. And I'm talking from experience. I've seen it happen. When we get on these calls, unless your presenter is saying, everybody show your face. I don't do that. You know that. When you get on my call, you know that the only person's face you're going to see is mine, because it's a distraction for me personally. I'm not trying to be difficult, but I don't want to distract the audience with all these faces. I want them to focus on what I'm saying. And so I don't do that. And so if my rule is to come on the call and not show your video, then that's what I'm, respect the boundaries that are established. And I'm not going to be long, as I said, because there's a couple of other subjects that I think someone wants me to cover. But I want you to really want to emphasize that April 25th and 26th, it says 26 here, but April 25th and 26th, which is a Friday and Saturday, our event here in Atlanta called It's Our Time, you guys. Let me just say this from a personal perspective. I already know this event right here is going to be the answer to what you ever wanted in this business. We got years of experience. You got Ken and Lynn Robinson. I mean, decades of experience in network marketing, and nobody can train, in my opinion, and break that compensation plan down like Ken Robinson. Me and my husband, Harvey and Verdita, we've got like 40, as long as we've been married, 40 years in network marketing. Not saying we know everything, but we know enough to kind of help the team, to grow. And then, of course, you got Steve and Gina married. This is the couple that is responsible for the company being the fastest growing company in the world. There's nobody that can outwork this couple. And to have them to come to our event, you should be trying to get everybody on your team here. It's only $69. If you got to drive 15 hours in a car with 4 people, do it. I remember Ken talked about when he first got in network marketing, he spent his last $500 just to get into business. And the next week they talked about this national convention, which I forget, it was expensive. It was hundreds of dollars. He had to take that, whatever he took, and he had to stay in the room with several other people. They ride in some car together. I mean, but it's funny. I've heard those stories over and over. It sounds funny, but had he not gone to that convention, it would not have elevated his vision. You have to be around the energy, guys. But I'm telling you, we got some good stuff playing for y'all. You're gonna feel like, you're just gonna feel like royalty when you leave that place, okay? Because we're gonna make sure you feel good. Also, I wanted to say this in Dallas, and I don't know if I don't have the flyer, but it's probably, let me see where that flyer is. Let me stop this video right now because I want to see if I can find that flyer for Dallas, because I want anybody on here who is in Dallas. I was just talking to somebody earlier. Let me see if I can find, let me stop. Okay, let me just, okay, let me find it first. There is an event. I can't seem to find it, but they will be in Dallas today. I thought I saw the flyer, but it may be on. Let me go to This Is It team, and I'll bring it up. If you just give me a second. This Is It team.
Oh, Bernita, I know we'll be there on Thursday, and it's from 7:30 to 9:30. They're asking everyone to be there at 7:30 at the Embassy Suites on Bass Pro Drive.
Okay, I'm trying to find the actual flyer as well, because that helps too, because somebody might could take a screenshot of it, but I don't know why. Because it's, I'm looking at the calendar, the team calendar, and it's a Zoom event. One sec, let me get out of this. Members, leaders, about community. There's a flyer that I'm trying to pull up. I'm sorry, I should have had that, but I just thought about that. Events.
Bernita,
Yes.
it's on Steve Merritt's email. If you scroll down to the third one, it's there.
Happening Wednesday though?
It's Friday. Wait a minute. It's
Thursday.
It's from
Thursday.
today's email. It's from today's email.
Yeah, I know I'm on my email, but when you say the third one, that may not be in my email like that. I see this.
No, I mean when you open up today's email from him, you scroll.
Yeah, I see, it says the 2 events happening tomorrow. So I see that. Road to Next Level.
That's it right there.
Now that's a Zoom I'm looking at. I'm not even sharing my screen, am I? That's school. Let me see, view calendar. I'm trying to find a road trip.
It says Road to Next Level live tour, March 27th, Dallas, Texas.
Okay, let me try that. View event. Okay. Yeah, let me do it this way. Yeah, let me do it this way. Now, y'all tell me, once I pull it up, you tell me what to do. Okay, so Derek's, okay, so now I'm gonna go back to it. Now, what do I do? Because I don't see the whole thing is what I'm saying. You see, I don't see the whole thing. Let me see if I click on that. Maybe if I click on this tomorrow. I just don't see the whole flyer. Do you see what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me click on that and see if that's it. Well, there it is. Let me just see if I can read this to you, because you need to see this. Gosh, this is terrible.
Yeah, it says 2401 Bass Pro Drive.
Okay, good. So can you please can you put that in the chat, please? Because I can't even see any of that.
Okay.
Please. And if anybody's in Dallas or you know somebody in Dallas and you don't know this information, please look at this information she's putting in the chat. I just thought about this. I would have had it ready had I thought about it. And then the next day, they're gonna be in Houston. I know it's at some. Why do I not understand why it says notification on? Live in 23 hours. Huh?
Hey, Benita, I just emailed you the flyers if you want to
You
post them.
emailed it to me? Okay. Thank you all so much. Yeah, it's easier for y'all back there. Okay, let's see what he's got here. So here we go.
Hi, Verdita. This is
Yeah.
Nisha. I just text you the whole entire.
Well, I can't do it on the text. He emailed it to me though, but thank you so much. He just
Okay.
sent it to me via email. Let me see.
Yeah, I sent all four, so you have the Florida and the Texas.
Yeah, so do you see now this is at the Hilton? No, that's the wrong one. Okay, you sent me that one. Let me go
Yeah, you
back.
have all four of it, did I sent actually four of them, two for Texas and two for Florida.
That's Houston, Orlando. Here's Dallas. Okay. Can y'all see? I have to stop my share again. Can y'all see? Okay. That's the one for Dallas tomorrow night, Embassy Suites by Hilton. And she told me that, but, and so for those of you who want to, you know, take a screenshot of that. Embassy Suites by Hilton, DFW Airport, 2401 Bass Pro Drive, Grapevine, Texas. Okay, it's going to be at 8 p.m. and it's just $5 for brand partners and guests are free. But that was Miss Kendra talking, and she's going to drive all the way from Arkansas. That just shows you commitment. That's what I mean, you guys. That just shows commitment and just focus to drive all the way from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas area to Dallas, Texas, just to be at this event.
Excuse me, Verdita, can you put up the one for Houston as the next day?
Okay, well, let me see if I can find that. Let me see, Houston, there we go. Can you all see that, or do I have to stop my share again? I have to stop my share again.
We can see it.
Okay, I saw a lot of times I have to stop my share again just for you to see it. Okay, so this is the Houston event. It's going to be at the Houston West Chase Rio Ranch Restaurant and Bar. The address is 9999 Westheimer Road, Houston, Texas. I've sent this out, but I can't, you know, readily put my hand on it. But you guys show up there because, and that's only $5 as well. 9999 Westheimer Road, Houston, Texas. That's going to be near the Galleria area. You don't want to miss this. This is Friday, March the 28th in Houston, Texas. And I'm telling you, get there early because it will be packed. It will be packed. I'm just giving you that update. And then they're going to be later on, they're going to be like in Orlando and let's see here. Let's see, they're going to be in West Palm Beach and they're going to be in Atlanta. They'll be, in Orlando. They'll be in West Palm Beach on April the 2nd. That's next week, whatever day that is. Okay. And also, again, that's at the Hilton Palm Beach Airport. Hilton Palm Beach Airport in West Palm Beach, 150 Australian Avenue. We got some team members down there. I know that for a fact. I know Linda Giles got some team members there. And then last but not least, they're going to be in Orlando on the 3rd, the very next day at the Spring Hill Suites. Orlando at Flamingo Crossings Town Center. Town Center. All of this, it'll be circulating, but just know it's at the Hilton, the Spring Hill Suites in Orlando, near the Flamingo Crossings at Town Center. So, and all of these are at 8 o'clock. And by the way, for example, tomorrow night, the one in Houston, Dallas, let me pull it back up. This is going to be live. We're going to be able to see this. I think it's probably going to be in Steve and Gina's YouTube. But I'll send it out once. I know I will get it and I'll send it out. But line your people up to listen to that as well. Okay. So now, Miss Erica McQueen, anybody that has any requests or comment, I think Erica, did you want me to share something, Erica? Let's see if she's on here. Yeah, there she is. Erica,
Yeah, Verdita, can you hear me?
I can. Let me see if I can.
These promote.
No, I can't hear you. Let's see here. Let me find.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me find my email. I think Eric was asking me about the promotion, and it's pretty
Can
straight.
you hear me now, Verdita?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yes. So what I was just saying was you're very strategic when it comes to taking advantage of these promotions. And I was hoping that maybe you could drop a couple nuggets on everybody on things that they can do to make sure that they maximize this new this promotion that we have on our hands this week.
Let me see if I, okay, here it is. So basically, it's pretty straightforward, but this is a great week if you're talking to people. Know this, if you bring, it only applies to people that are enrolling as advanced. Can y'all see the screen? Okay, they're enrolling
Yes.
at the advanced package, or they are upgrading. So, or they're enrolling as a premium. So if you enroll somebody at the advanced package, you know you're already gonna earn $75. But this week until Sunday midnight, you're gonna get an additional 75. So that's double. If they enroll at the premium package, you will get your $405, but you're also gonna get an additional $250. That's not double, but that's pretty good. So that's like what, $655 now you're gonna get if you enroll someone as a premium. And so with regards to upgrades, it's so interesting because I was talking to someone earlier today, and I had already told this person, because the person that they're working with is moving up and trying to hit director and all this, got a lot of activity. And so just to be quick, just to make it plain, that person needed to be on auto ship and they were not, and they're about to lose some points. And I said, and so this person told them, they told them, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the maintenance pack. A lot of people looked at the maintenance pack as a way to secure their auto ship, and it is a good way. But when you have situations like that, they literally, this what they did. Not only did they do the maintenance, they turned around and ordered 10 ice waves. That's another $600 they spent. Whatever they spent, 700 and something on the maintenance pack, spent another, they didn't spend $1,400. They could have taken that same money and upgrade and been active for 90 days as well, but they could have upgraded. Now the person who enrolled them would have got that additional money. This person was an advanced, so they were advanced. Let me see, where does they would have got an additional 175. Okay, so they were advanced, and to go to premium, that's the premium's 405, the advanced you make 75. So what did you just earn? You earned another 300 and y'all, let me see, 405 minus the 405 minus $75. So they would have made another 330 just from the upgrade, right? Then they would have got another 175. That's $505. They could have, the enroller could have earned had they done that, as opposed to the maintenance pack, or just whatever. I promise you, anybody that's been in this business for over 6 months, I guarantee you they're at the premium. I guarantee you. It used to be called the diamond. I guarantee you 95% of the people on this call have already upgraded to that. So if you know, if it's going to happen, I'm just telling you, it's going to happen. You might as well go on and do it. And that's a good, encouragement. I'm not sure how you would encourage that person, but I know that guy would have saved money, possibly doing that, by just upgrading, because they dropped the cost to like $87.50. It's going to be about the same as doing the maintenance pack, but I don't know what else. And so to review, anything like, say, for example, we used to have a package called the bronze. We don't have that anymore. But if they decided to whatever they are short in their back office, if they upgraded to the advanced, if they were originally a bronze, they would have got another $60. The enroller would. Silver to advanced. See, we don't call it silver anymore. We call it a core. So, but for some reason, with silver to advanced, the company's giving you additional $25. But if you're basic or core to advanced, they're giving you $40. in addition to what you're already going to earn on those packages, okay? So just go back and read this email from corporate. The name of the email, all you got to do is search this right here. It says get additional bonuses for enrolling new brand partners. That was sent out I think it was Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. But just do a search for that title, and so you can see the whole flyer, get additional bonuses for enrolling new brand partners. That's about all I can say about there because it's pretty straightforward. But all I want to say is this: as you're enrolling people, consult with the person that enroll you or your upline, and they might give you a little bit more guidance on how to maximize on this promotion. I would love to see some people take advantage of that. Also, did that help a little bit, Erica?
Yeah. And you know which one I've seen people do is the one where they have like someone under them that would like to be a premium. You know, they would like that, but maybe they don't have all the money. So they may put the money together with them because that way that person's going to get premium. That person's not going to have to pay their auto-ship for 2 months. And then
2 more
if
months
they,
left.
yeah. So if they help
Oh,
them get the premium, if they
So
help
what you're
them get,
saying is this, because I know I've done this before. I think I know where you're going
Mhm.
with this. What you're
Mhm.
saying is, let's say, for example, it costs another $1,250 to be a premium. You're already advanced, but it's gonna be
Right.
$1250. You're saying instead of asking a person to come up with the $1250, offer to split it with them. Why? Because number one, you are gonna automatically get, let me write this down. You're automatically gonna earn another what do we say? 405 minus 7. You're gonna make an additional $330, right? You automatically, and you're gonna make another $250. So now you're gonna make $680 total for that person to upgrade. So what's gonna happen? If you took the $1,250 and divided by 2, that's $625 plus tax. So even though but guess what? You're gonna split those additional let's see, 5, 6, and 20. You're gonna split those additional 14 sleeves. You're gonna get 7. They're gonna get 7 because y'all split the money. That now you're getting 7 sleeves for $55. It only costs you $55 to get 7 X39. You could turn right around and retail those if you wanted to. But now
Mhm.
that person is active for 2 more months. So that's what Erica's saying. But guess what? You're not going to know these things unless you reach up to somebody. So I'm just giving you some examples of things you could do, but examples how you could really think outside the box. We have done that. We've done it. But now with this promotion going on, you can reach out and say, listen, I know you've been on 2 sleeves every month. What if we can help you get 7 sleeves instead of 4 more sleeves? Because you're going to get 7, but if you were to place your auto ship for 2 more months, that would have been $400. So what if we kept you active for 2 more months, but now you're getting 7 sleeves instead of 4? I don't know. Something to think about. But get with your sponsor before you do that because we can help you with that.
Mhm. Exactly. Thank you, Bernita.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. For those of you who have never seen the Power 6, I want to take a moment because this is something a lot of people always look forward to when they get on here. Power 6. Okay, let me share this. And then I also want to leave a minute or two. We got 20 minutes, a minute or two to ask any other questions. The Power 6, you guys, we talked about this last night, but I really want y'all to get this because there are a lot of people out there. I know some people in this call specifically say they really want to make this money, okay? And I don't know any other way to do it than to do it fast. And the other thing is important is to find like-minded people. So when you know somebody has that tendency, you always hear these people starting businesses and hustling and whatever, or just have that business acumen. Let them know I'm calling you to share something very important and time sensitive. I'm working on this project. And I need to email it to some of you leaders too. I've done that before, but maybe there's some new people on here. I'm working on a project I'm very excited about. and it has to do with stem cell technology. And based on the projections, it has the potential to generate multiple billions of dollars within the next 6 months. However, I need 6 partners to help me execute this successfully. And I thought about you because you're really sharp and I respect your business acumen. Are you open to hearing more about this? And if they say yes, then you let them know you're going to be getting together with a couple of other people, same kind of mindset, and seeing if this is a fit for them. Why do I say 6 people? That's why we call this the power of 6. Why? Why are we saying 6 people? Because you cannot get, what's going on this thing? You cannot get promoted past the manager level unless you have 6. I just say, you already know you're going to the top. Why not go ahead and do the minimum? The minimum is to have 6. You cannot go to the top without 6. So if you turn around and duplicate that, you get your 6. And you know, you get, for example, you got a brand new person on the team, and they said they really want to go to the top. They got to get to manager, but as soon as they get those 4 as manager, they still got to turn around and get 2 more just to get to director. And then hopefully out of those 6, 2 of them will become managers. I say find the right people from the very beginning. Find them from the very beginning, the right people, and let them know you have to have a minimum of 6 runners. And you may have, and you're not going to turn people down just because they don't want to run. We want customers, we want everybody. But if you bring in about 15 people, you're very lucky if you find 6 people who will go to director out of those 15. Very lucky. You probably, out of those 15, might get 2 at the most to go director. So I'm saying get your 6, but if you focus, on the right people, you have a higher probability of finding the right 6, because these 6 are going to turn around and go to director, meaning they got to have 6. So that's 36 on your second level. Those 36 people are trying to get to director. This may take time, you guys, but I guarantee you one day it's going to happen. And the reason I know it's going to happen because it was a vision God gave me. And I'm going to share something in a minute that's a vision. God didn't give it to me. He gave it to somebody else. But those 36 are going to get their 6. That's 216. Those 216 are going to go get their 6 because they're trying to get to director. Do you see why this makes sense? And by the time you get to that 5th level, you have maxed out the binary at $25,000 a month, more, a week rather. More than likely in this scenario, you're going to make this, it's showing you got a lot of money here. See, some people say, well, what kind of money is it if I get to director? Well, it's not going to be a whole lot of money unless you're bringing a bunch of people in personally. It's not, this money right here is not based on the package anybody got. These points here are based on the auto ship they're doing every month. They're only doing 2 sleeves a month, 154 points, because 2 X39s equal 154. Well, 6 times 154 is 924. That's what these numbers here represent. So do you see when we were talking earlier, as far as the system, this is a system here. The system will work, but it may not be these exact numbers if everybody's not doing the same thing. But why would you care if you're making this kind of money? So if everybody's getting their 2 sleeves a month, more than likely this is, and they get their 6 out of the way. We say, try to get your 6 in 30 days. There are people on this call I know right now are trying to get 6 winners in their first 30 days. And then if they teach, I'll take it for example, there's a guy on the call right now by the name of Joshua King. His goal is to get the 6 sharpest people he knows, right? So guess what? Some of those people I already know, he got some of the sharpest people out there. You just heard one of them, Kendra, driving all the way from Dallas, Texas. Does that sound like somebody who wants to go to the top to you? So that's the kind of people he's going after. More than likely, Kendra's going to get her 6. So guess what that means? If she's getting her 6 and she's one of these people, she's one of the 6 people. What do you think all the rest of them are going to get if they're just like Kendra? There's going to be 36 people on his second level who are trying to go director. This will happen over time, and it's not going to take as long as you might think. And somebody on this team is going to turn around and show us how it's done. And I can't wait to see what's happening. But guess what's going to happen? When you start maxing out that binary every week, you're already making 25,000. We know that. But remember those people, those 6 people that you brought out, they're on they have a 5th level just like you do. And by the time they get that at fifth level, all those that things fill out, they're maxing out the binary. There are, listen, let me tell you this. There are a lot of people in our company already earning over 25,000 a week just in the binary. Many of them. Okay. That's a lot of money. So this is not imagining, this is happening. You will see some of those tomorrow night in Dallas. Okay. So what's 25% of 25,000? $6,250. There's 6 people. That's 6 people earning $6,250. You're making $37,500 in matching bonuses just on your first level alone. Those people that follow your second level, they're maxing it out too. And they're getting, and you're getting 20% of 25,000. It's because you're only getting 20% here. That's $5,000 times 36 is 180,000. Bottom line, third level, $1 million. Even if you succeeded by 50%, you guys, you still earning over 600,000 a week. That's a lot of money. If you succeeded by 10%, which is impossible, your earnings would be 132,000 a week. And we know people right now making that kind of money. Steve Merritt is one of them. He's one of them. There's other people making it too. So it can be done. And it's going to be done. Why? Because we're making our mindset to be excellent. If you have a mindset of excellent, all you got to do is do your part and God will do the rest. I told you I wanted to share something with you that a vision that was shared with me and is very sensitive to me. It was shared with me a long time ago, probably about 20 years ago, 2020, maybe, no, it had to be longer than that. Let me see. Yeah, it was a long time ago, about 25 years ago. That's how long it's ago. And when the vision was shared with me, I didn't necessarily believe it. I used to have a chronic illness, and I just want to share, this is very sensitive to me. I'm going to stop this recording.